I came up here because there, in my opinion, Mr. Finicum was murdered at the hands of the Oregon State Police and others. This man was trying to surrender. It's quite obvious on the video that he was trying to surrender, but yet they chose violence and murder rather than to apprehend him. Instead, they chose to employ an ambush. I've employed ambushes like that in foreign countries. I know what that's like.
So as you can see in this picture here, right here on the left, you can see that the FBI pull up to the right of Ammon Bundy truck right here. They opened the door and they got out, and everyone in this truck was arrested. No one got hurt, injured, or killed. Right here on this part of the video that I stopped so I can show you, you can see that it had gone already 1 minute and 1 second from the original stop, where everybody over here in Ammon Bundy truck has given up. They're sitting right there. Over on Finicum's truck right here, nobody's getting out. They're not obeying commands. Whatever they're telling them that we don't know what they're telling them, they're not obeying. So you got to pay attention to that. Why did they decide to leave? Well, the story is, by people there, is that he felt, Finicum, that his only avenue of escape was to try to get to John Day to go to talk to the sheriff. And he called himself one of this so-called constitutional sheriff, which means nothing. So take a look at the timeline here. From the time that he takes off, it's around 4 minutes and 43 seconds into the video. So let's see how long it takes from him to get to the next roadblock. This picture here, at the minute 5:28, right here, you can see that he'd been going for almost a minute. He has gone through several curves, several straightaway, and he's still driving on the right side of the road. Not like some people are saying that the roadblock was really close and the second roadblock, and they was driving in the middle not to hit anybody. No, he wasn't. He was riding on the right side because he didn't know that there was another roadblock. And he get to see it from far away with plenty of time to stop if he wanted to. He decided not to stop. Let's continue. Now, here, he gets to see from way back a little bit before the 5:44 mark, okay? He's coming from straight away. It's a little small corner here, not a blind corner, okay? And he gets to see that it's a roadblock ahead. Plenty of time. He sees the roadblock. He goes and moves to the center lane. Now, why he's doing that, that is only him can say. But that's what he does. He got plenty of time to stop, because there is you got to remember how long it takes for a vehicle going to whatever speed he was going to stop. It doesn't take 300 yards. It doesn't take 300 feet either. Okay? So let's see what he does next. So now he had been seeing this roadblock for a while now, several seconds. Enough time for him to step on the brake, slow down, stop right, even where he was right there at this particular point. But what does he do? He decides, well, I'm going to speed up and try to see if I can get around the snow. It's another item that people talks about, that one of the state troopers or agent, whoever it was, jump in front of the truck. No, they didn't. This person here, that on the video looked like he jumped in front of the truck, he thought that Finicum was going to hit this truck right here on the left. And since he was standing behind it, he figured, I'm going to get hit when he hit this truck, because this truck is going to move backward. So he said, I'm going to jump out so I don't get hit. Not realizing that Finicum in the last minute veered to the left. So immediately after the truck gets stuck in the snow, Finicum jumps out with his hands up. That's clearly for everyone to see. But what do we, all of us, know about when you're being chased by the police? If they're chasing you, you're supposed to stop, stay in your vehicle, and put your hands either out the window where they can see it. The last thing that you want to do is, in a situation like this, to jump out of your vehicle. Fine. But he jumps out of the vehicle. What does he do? Does he stay in this place here with his hand up like he should have? Does he stays there with his hands up? Let's say that he get out of the truck. He panicked. Stay in one place. Put your hands up. Let him come and cuff you. But he doesn't do that. He moves around all over the place and his hand move up and down. A policeman, whether you are a pseudo-patriot or you are a black criminal, does not have to be shot or be fearing for his life before he take you down. That's not his job. There's another picture of Finicum moving around with his arms outstretched, okay? Thinking that they cannot see what he's doing because he doesn't see that they are officers right here in the woods, okay? Now here's a picture of Finicum with both his hands down and also trying to get into his jacket, which was closed at the time. Okay? Hasn't gotten shot yet. But he's not obeying commands. What would you people think if this guy was a Mexican doing the same thing? All of those of you that say that Finicum was ambushed and killed, what would you have said if this guy was a Hispanic? Put that in perspective. Again, just milliseconds away from each other. Remember, he has his hand up first, then both arms, then he put him down. Then he brought him back up again. Here you can see them going up a little bit. And then he puts them down again. This is within a millisecond of each other. The police are not going to take the chance and say, well, he might just be cold, putting his hand in his pocket. They don't have to take that chance, people. You would not give that to anybody else. And within a second of that, there's Mr. Finicum again now with both hands, one trying to go in, and the other one is kind of moving his jacket. You can see it right here. If he wanted to live, people, he would have stayed in one place, obeyed the commands, and he would have been alive today. It doesn't matter how you feel about the situation, whether you really believe in the Constitution, because all of those of you that say that you are constitutionalists, no, you're not. You're not constitutionalists, at all. You are basically just running your own agenda, like all of those groups out there. Again, Finicum moving his hand up and down all the time. He wanted to die. I venture to say, I don't know, but I like to see what the autopsy say about Finicum. Was Finicum terminally ill? I don't know, but I like to see what they might say into that because he had a death wish. You can't doubt that at all. All this time, you got to pay attention to this video. Finicum is thinking that all the people he has that he had to be concerned about their location are to his right. He doesn't realize that there are people back here, as far as I can tell, because he always looking toward his right. Then he makes his last move, and this is when someone from here, from the woods, actually shoot him. On this picture here of the video, you can barely see this guy here just barely coming out of the woods. Finicum got his back to him. Okay? He's concerned about these people here. And he makes his last move, trying to get his hand into his jacket. And this is when this guy moves forward and do whatever else he does. This is the last time that Finicum actually go and move his hand into his clothing. Okay? His back is totally against this guy. He's concentrating on these people here. And this guy, I don't know what he does, but this is the last moment right here. And Finicum, I don't think, was aware of this officer here being behind him. Let's just play this part of the video really quickly. As you can see, Finicum get his hand in his clothing, and this officer over here yell at him. It's like, get your hand, put your hands up. Finicum doesn't obey. He shoots him. That's not an ambush to me. Mr. Moore, Assemblyman from Nevada, that's not how we run ambush in the Army. If that's how your Ranger unit did it, well, I think you better go back to your basics. So once again, I'm going to have to say to Nevada Assemblyman John Moore that as a soldier, I understand how you feel. This is not to kill our own people. It was not ever why we did our job. But we have to recognize also that there is responsibility on each one of us. We have responsibility to others and to ourselves. Finicum was not responsible to himself or to others, and that's why he ended up killed. For you to say that law enforcement ambushed this man is a disgrace. It's a dishonor to the oath you took to the Constitution and to the U.S. Army. So I say to you, Mr. Moore, that you should consider your words before you speak. That even though you're passionate about whatever it is that you believe, you have to consider facts. Opinions are very, very cheap and abundant, but the facts are few, but they tell the whole story. It's in the video. If this was an ambush, Mr. Finicum wouldn't have lasted those seconds that he lasted alive, moving around and taking his hand up and down. And the others on that truck, and the one before with Bundy, they wouldn't have been alive either. Finicum was not the target. Bundy was. He died because he wanted to die. Finicum had a death wish. I wish that you reconsider your remarks, Mr. Moore, because you have let down your oath to the Constitution to tell the truth. You have become a liar, like all others, members of Oath Keeper, like Rhodes and company, that have let their own personal political agenda come in between the gray words of our U.S. Constitution.